What's up, everybody? Good to see you all. Thank you for being here. Hope not everybody's too hungover. Raise your hand if you are. All right, good. You're all good. Raise your hand if this is your first NFT.NYC conference. Welcome. This is my third NFT.NYC conference, my third time speaking. So it's a blast. I remember 2021, the first NFT.NYC I went to. I know I had been here before and was just so excited and overwhelmed by the enthusiasm around NFTs and this brand new community. And here we are 2 years later, and we're continuing to build. And I look outside and I see so much going on with Fidgetals and IP expansion. It's just very, very exciting. So I'm here to talk about cartoons and NFTs. Oh, thank you. And the opportunity to create IP expansion, which is phenomenal. Raise your hand if you watch cartoons. All right, we got some cartoon lovers in the house. Fantastic. So the group before, obviously they were talking about cartoons and IP expansion as well. It's a very fun topic. We're all here to discuss it. PFP, NFTs, that's really what we do, and that's what I love, and I would suspect all of us here love the JPEGs, love NFTs. And one of the important things is seeing how these NFTs can expand. How do we get them to a larger audience? Because right now in Web3, we're in an echo chamber. We talk to ourselves, we love ourselves, we pump our own bags, but how do we take these projects that have built incredible art and very interesting stories, how do we bring them out to the rest of the world? By bringing the teams, by expanding these teams. We're in this bear market. Hopefully we come out of it and we get right back into that bull market. But how do these PFP projects get to a larger audience? And the way I look at it is by making sure that they have a sensational team. And that may be working with outside wonderful third-party members, that may be bringing on folks from the entertainment business to really help them expand and build out their story. Cartoon characters. All these NFTs are cartoon characters. They are brand new IP. I work in Hollywood. I've been doing it for my entire life and also in the NFT space. And Hollywood loves to regurgitate existing IP. They don't want to take a chance on a creator coming in and pitching a new story because that costs a lot of money. I mean, an episode of television for a cartoon show is anywhere from $800,000 to $3 million a week. So it's a lot of money. So that's why that's why you keep seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and you see all these programs coming back and back and back. Why? Because they have a huge existing community, audience, they have toys, they have merch, they have all of those things already done. Why do you see so much Spider-Man, Superman, all these superheroes? They keep coming back because it's much cheaper for the studios to do that than create something brand new. Now, the amazing thing with NFTs is we have all this wonderful new IP, these great characters. And so how do we take these great characters and these great stories and bring them out to the studios? And that's where the opportunity to work with the Warner Brothers and the Netflixes and the big studios, from my standpoint, is critically important to really get what we're creating, all of us together, these PFP projects and as collectors, out so that the rest of the world can enjoy them and love them, and then these teams can expand, these projects can grow and become bigger brands, and collectors get happy, teams get happy, everybody is very excited. Millions of people, that's who we need. We all talk about it, right? How do we get millions of people into our space? It's through, from my standpoint, cartoons, because we all love cartoons. Kids love cartoons, adults love cartoons, and you have these projects that have wonderful IP, and we just have to get it out to the masses. And then from cartoons, you go to toys, and from toys, you go to merch, and then these little baby NFT projects that have been burgeoning now are billion-dollar companies. Massive brand with lots of money. That's what all of these projects want, and it all, from my standpoint, I think a lot of our standpoints, comes back to creating cartoons taking that IP and bringing it to the studios and expanding it for the world to enjoy. Oh, and we've got our next speaker coming up soon. So that's all I have to talk about, cartoons and IP. Anybody have a question? Nope. Oh, we got a question.
Well, I think that for music also comes in, right? The collaboration of different mediums coming together and working together and bringing in the masses.
Absolutely. So we have a fun project within our studio. We're working with a great NFT project, and they've brought on this platinum award-winning music producer to create this incredible music. We're doing the cartoon, and so it's this blend of music and animation. That is how all of us work together. And so 1,000%, totally agree. Anybody else have a question? Yes?
How do you see some of those major brands like Bored Apes, Doodles, then branching out and partnering with Warner Brothers or larger studios?
I think a lot of them have already had those conversations or in conversation. Apes, for example, they did a big project that launched on Coinbase. It didn't really do that well as a cartoon, but most of the studios early on when the market was exploding were very, very interested in immediately coming in and doing cartoons with like a Doodles or an Apes or one of the blue chips. With the market kind of souring, Hollywood has been resistant, right? There's been a lot of kind of trash talking about NFTs. But as the market comes back, and Doodles, for example, they bought an animation studio, and a very good one. So most of these top projects with smart teams that have raised a lot of capital are thinking very seriously about how do we create a cartoon, how do we create an animated film, and maybe they're doing a short initially, and then they'll take that and pitch that with a deck to one of the major studios. And you even see a lot of the execs from, not a lot, but a few execs from like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks sitting on the board of some of these projects because they have the relationships. They want to make those deals happen. And I hope that they do, because I think it's going to not only be a resounding success for that project, but for our space in general. The more attention we can bring in a larger scope, the better. Yes? That's a great question. So her question is, how do you create a character that's going to expand into like a series or film, right? That really begins with the kind of traditional Hollywood model of development. And development is creating the lore and the story and the backstory and digging in deep about who this character is. Kate Winslet, for example, when she does a film, she writes like a 500-page book about her character. So it's really digging in, finding out, and it's using your imagination. Who is this character? The who, what, where, when, and how. Where are they from? How did they come to be? What's their family life like? How did they grow up? All of those things, you really get to tap into your imagination. And by creating that whole backstory, that's how you really start to bring that character to life. And then once you have that strong character with strong art, then you expand it.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Outstanding.